Morning folks, welcome back to Betty's channel. She's doing as always. Please give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe, drop a comment. Tell us what you think about Betty's channel in particular, Betty 2 in particular, the build. Today, I know you're going to shout at me actually because I've not finished one part and I'm actually starting another, but I'm just doing what I do. Let's have a look. I'll show you what I'm on about. Like I said, you're going to shout at me for this because I've not even finished cleaning the whole of the van yet. I've not sorted the wiring out. I've not sorted the side light problem out on the driver's side. But I went and bought this. Insulation! So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start stuffing all this on the passenger side, in all the nooks and fannies, all up there. I might even glue some to that, or I might leave that blank because I might put a window in it yet. But yeah, so it's like the build is actually starting at last, even though I've not finished. Oh, what's that there? I spy water. That has come from somewhere. I'm assuming it's the roof because where I Sikaflexed them holes up there, there's no water there. I did the same on them holes up there and there's no water there, but there is some water there, so it's coming in from somewhere. I might have to revisit them holes up there, but it's good that I've spotted it now. So I can do something about it. I think, to be honest, it is just coming from that one place, or it could be coming in from the new back of the new lights because I've not tightened these up properly. It's a bit damp in that corner, so it could be from the lights or from the roof, and it's just a run down there and across there. No water on this side. Nope, no water on that side. Yeah, so I think it's definitely the lights, to be honest. I don't think it's the roof. There's a lot of water though. Yeah, I think it's up there. We'll sort it. Anyway, let's start stuffing some crevices. Now the build has begun. Boom. Get in there. Put some aside and I did on these. Stuff them with insulation. And I've ordered some silver vapour barrier that'll go all over the van and get taped into place. So keep that moisture out. Just insulated the top bit. So I can't insulate these bits until I've got the sound deadener on. The insulation I'm using is from B&Q. It's recycled plastic loft insulation. I used this on Betty 1 2 years ago when I did it. It was £16 for a packet. Now it's £19. Yay, inflation and COVID and fuel prices and the war in Ukraine and the fact that Bagpuss isn't on sale anymore. I don't know, any kind of reason they put the prices up. The plan is also to carpet that area around the door best I can down there. I'm going to carpet both back doors, and then I'm going to tongue and groove panel in there, at the top. In the middle, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet because I might put a window in it, a small round window or something like that. And then I'm going to carpet round that area, around the door. And then there's going to be a tongue and groove cladding across there with a nice wheel arch box. The cladding is going to go up to about there. And then I'm going to clad the ceiling, so it's going to be all, it's going to look like a little Swedish sauna, which is nice. But I'm going to insulate in there first, then carpet it, That's the plan anyway. And we've still got a Sikaflex of holes in the floors, which I might actually do that now. I'm going to put some insulation in that door and that door, I think, because I don't need to get to them wires. I don't need to get to them wires because everything's working. It's just the lights, so I can't do that corner yet. Yeah, so there you go. There's a method in my magnets. Right, that's all the holes in the floor Sikaflexed up, them little black blobs you can see. And you're not going to see them anyway because the next stage for the floor will be battens, insulation, plywood for a new floor. Hopefully. Next job to sort out are them lights, because they aren't wired up, they don't work, and there's only two on this side, not two on the other side. So I'm going to try and trace the wiring, but I've ordered from China just 5 amber running lights. Well, it's 5 for 15 quid, so I'm only going to use 4, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. I'm going to use existing holes to mount them with the wiring. So I think I've found which wiring it is. Let's just go and have a quick look. I've got a feeling it's this wiring here. The only reason is because there's 2 spare connectors there and there's 2 spare connectors there, and I think they've had a wire running across the top there to the other light, which is there, and there's no other wiring to that, so I think a wire's gone missing, unless it's in there somewhere. 2. No, it's not that one. I'll come back to that one in a minute. I think I know what that is as well. So yeah, and then this wire disappears down there to the lights, and what I think has happened is why the side lights aren't working, front and back, this has shorted out. So I might have to consult the Haynes manual to find the side light fuse and see if that's blown. So that's that. This here, there's nothing on the roof on this side, and on the front there's an amber light, like one of them beacons. So this wire that comes from this, what was the beacon, goes all the way to here, and that wire joins to that wire, that goes down into the dashboard somewhere, and I think it goes to that switch there, because that switch is live. So I think that one switch powered both amber beacons, because that, like I said, that joins to that, goes across this rib out here to this beacon here. Now that beacon's still there, but it's not working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to order 2 new beacons, and I'm going to keep the beacons on because it's kind of cool to have, I think. And yeah, so that I'm going to order them. Still need to sort out what's going on with this, but I think these go to these, and that goes to these as well. So I'm going to take these down, get rid of them, seal up the holes, and check the wiring. Now I don't know whether they're linked to a switch or they should come on when you open the van doors. I don't know. I'm assuming a switch, but anyway, we'll play about with stuff. I still need to sweep that shelf up. Doesn't smell as bad now, which is good. I'll sweep all the stuff off there, and then I'll wait for the sound deadening to come, put it on there and make it all pretty. So right, let's crack on with that. I'm still not going to insulate these yet because I'm leaving the driver's side for the moment. I think I'm just going to concentrate on, once I sorted the wiring out and the lights, I'm going to carpet around the door frame after stuffing insulation in, but I can't do that until I sort out the side lights and I can carpet around this, around the sliding door, because what I'm doing with that. So I can do that, and yeah. So let's crack on. So we're just consulting the Haynes manual now. F at 4 fuses, section 12, number 3. So let's have a quick look at that. I think I need the electrical diagram, because that just tells you where the fuse box is. Right, I found the fuse box diagram, and passenger fuse box, which is behind the glove box. I've already seen that. You can see that. Right hand side light, left hand side light, so there is a fuse. So I'm looking for F75, it's a 7.5 amp right hand side light, and it's going to be one of these. That's it, it was F75. F75, and there it is. So let's go and check that fuse and see if it's broke. Right, to get to the passenger side fuse box, you've got to remove the glove box, which is dead easy. Pull that out, drop that down, and it should unclip from there. But I don't need to move it, I just need to check the fuses. Trusty head torch, one without it. That fuse box is not the one I've been looking at. That fuse box is that auxiliary fuse box. So I need to find this fuse box, which is supposed to be in the passenger side, but I can't see it anywhere at the moment. So I need to try and find it. So it says here, spread the upper returning tabs on each side and tip the outer fuse relay box down to access the inner fuse box. So the fuse box I'm after is behind that, so I need to tip that down and look at the fuses. There's a fuse box pulled down, and them are the fuses. I want that line there, and I want number F75, which I can see, I think, because it was, if memory serves, F75 was that second one in from the end there. So the end one is the second one, I think. Yeah, F75, so let's have a look at it. Right, I've got the fuse out. I don't know if it'll focus actually on that. Will it focus? No. Anyway, the fuse is blown. So if I can get a better angle. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You can just about see it where that. Screw down the pointer. Where is it? There. There's a little. See, there's a little like couple of silver lines. You can just about see it, I think. And focus. No, it's not having it. Anyway, the fuse is blown. I think I've got another one, so let's just try that in. I'm glad I found it actually, because from dodgy wiring up there, I've deduced that the fuse will have blown. I've consulted the Haynes Bible. I found which fuse it should be. I've taken that fuse out, and that fuse is actually blown. So I'm going to check it now. I'm so pleased with myself. Now I always carry some spare fuses and a few electrical bits in Betty 1. So these were some piggyback fuses I was going to do some work on the fuse box with to get some extra power. They look the same, so let's just check one out. think virtually the same, so I'm going to try it in and test the lights and see if they work. Right, I've put the new fuse in. It's that clean orange looking one there, second in from the right. Let's see if the side lights work. Yes! Bonus! Sorted. Oh, I'm so pleased about that, because that would have been an MOT failure, that. I should check the back ones. Working. Yay! I might do a little dance now. So, I just thought, I'd get the multimeter. These are the wires I think have shorted out the fuse in the first place, so I'm going to just see if there's any power to them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Oh. Hang on. As you can see, there's power to them now. So if I just drop the earth wire, it goes to 0. So I'm going to turn the side lights off, try this again, and then if it still says 0, I know that that's linked to the side lights. So let's, don't want it touching the bodywork because I don't want it to short out again. Right, they're both touching wires and it's on 0, so that's definitely linked to the side lights. So that's actually not a bad thing, because the amber running lights I talked about before, these are the old ones here and here. I know now that I can link, that'll power that light. I can run a wire from that light to that light, and I can also run a wire from here over the rib and then across to one light there and one light there. So that'd be pretty cool, that. So side lights problem solved, running lights problem solved. I've just got the reversing lights to sort out, which could be the same issue. It could have shorted out at some point, so I'm going to try and find the fuse for that and check that and see if that's working. I will have to upgrade the fuse to a 7.5 because I've only got a 5 amp fuse at the minute, so I'm going to have to get 7.5. So I know where it goes and how to get the fuse box down. Should be a piece of piddle. Happy days. I love water electrics, me. Not really. Again, consulting the Haynes Bible, I found out where the reversing light fuse is. It's in the engine fuse box, and it's F33, and it's a 10 amp fuse, which I'm not going to have. So F33 is the second one in from the left. So let's have a look at that and just see if that has blown. If not, it's probably the switch, or the wiring's been disconnected somewhere. So I'll have a look and come back to you. So, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Transit has 4 fuse boxes. One here, 200 glove box and 100 driver's seat. God knows why, but that's the fuse I think I'm going to look at. So I'm going to just take it out and have a quick look. Right, now looking at that, that hasn't blown. You can't see that. You can see it in the that's got a continuous loop, so that's not blown. So it must be something to do with the wiring. Maybe it's not time to look at it today, but now all the fuse is not gone, the bulbs are okay. It's got to be the wiring, but I'll look at that at a later date. But at least I've checked. That's all back together. So thanks to Mr. Haynes for helping me out with that little task of the side lights. Right, now sort the side lights out. Take these off. Blank off the wiring, Sikaflex the roof because there's our screw holes that go up into the roof for some daft reason. And then that's another job ticked off the list. Alright, that's one lamp off. They've used red wire for red and black. Oh, the black goes into red, so that will be traced back to that one, which is black. Oh, they didn't put a piece of insulation tape on, so it's black. I mean, I've done it myself when I've run out of wiring, so it's not a problem. And then I've just got a Sikaflex these 2 holes, and then that's done. I'm going to cut these off, or use block connectors just for it to, so it's not live. So yeah, that's that. Got to do that one next, which I presume is the same. I'm going to leave the vent for the moment because I will be putting a skylight in there, so there's no point taking that out just yet. Alright, so just cut the wires back to them Scotch locks. I'm just going to wrap that end in insulation tape so there's no chance of it shorting out at all. I'm not sure whether these lights were supposed to come on with the doors opening or what, but I don't need them, so I'm just going to tuck them back in there in that rib. Yeah, don't same with this one. Use some some red wire for the black. So I'll just cut them off at the Scotch lock and insulation tape it. And that's that dodgy wiring done. And let's go look at the beacon next. Alright, that's them taped up, so I'm just going to do what I did with the other two, stuff them back inside that rib. Because with them being forward standard wiring, I don't need any power from the seats back, because everything from the seats back is going to be powered by leisure batteries via the inverter, via the split charger, via the solar panels when I put them on. So yeah, so the forward wiring, I don't need the power to them at all. So that's good. So they're tucked away. That's another job done. I need to put block connectors on that so they don't short out. I'll do that now, just in case I forget. Right, let's sort this beacon out. First of all, let's see if there's any power going to here. Now, that switch you can see there is a switch for the beacon switch. So I've had to take all the dash apart there because it wasn't working, and there was a plug that had come off. So I plugged it back in, switched it on, it's blown a fuse. So I need to check the fuse box, so which fuse it is, because I have no idea. And I think the reason it's blown the fuse is this back wire that where the beacon was, it was full of water, and I think it's just blown. When I switched it on, it's just obviously made a circuit and connected it, blown the fuse. So I'm going to try and sort that out and then see if there's power going to these two and then two, and if there is, I know I can get new beacons off eBay for about 13 quid each, because I do want to keep the beacons on because it's a bit of a unique feature. I want to Sikaflex up that all in the meantime. Stop it leaking. Just found out that the rear auxiliary socket works. That's obviously coming from the van feed. Don't know what I'll be using that for, if anything. So, in trying to sort out the switch for the orange beacons and it blowing a fuse, I've found two 20 amp fuses that were blown. One I think is the beacon light, which is blown, and the other must have been blown before, because I don't know if you can see that somebody's put copper wire across instead of replacing the fuse, which is quite dangerous. And that was in which one was it in? It was in front accessory socket. So somebody's been using like I don't know, something quite heavy on the front auxiliary socket, which I think's that. I'm going to call it a cigarette lighter, but don't know. But yeah, there's also one under that bin, in that bin there above the driver's steering wheel. Driver's steering wheel? There's driver wheel. There is one there, but I don't think that's sorted. So yeah, anyway, been to accessory shop and got some assorted packets. They're only £2 each, and you get 10 in each. So I've got now a mixture of blade fuses for Betty 2 and the van side of things, and I still have a set of bladed fuses for the 12 volt system in the back of Betty, which will now be in the back of Betty 2. So yeah, I think so. So again, thanking Mr. Haynes for sorting me out with this one. Well, that's if it sorts it out anyway. So we'll sit, let's just come back and we'll see if we get on. I'll replace these fuses. I'm talking really fast, I don't know why. Well, when I switch that on, that blew the fuse again. So let's go and see if it is the right fuse that's blown. So the one that blew is the one that had the copper wire wrapped around it, so I don't understand. Let's try one more. Right, that's now blown 2 new fuses. I've done a better connection up there. That's cleaned up a bit at the back. Got a block connector on it. These are disconnected up here. So it's got to be something that's blowing the fuses in here somewhere, but I don't know what it is. I might have to just put it all back together and leave the fuse out for the moment. Yeah, I fail on that one at the moment. The new fan belt and tension has come today. I'm not going to fit that today because I don't think I have enough time, so I'll save that for another day. But again, I'm going to consult Mr. Haynes to see how to do it. I've tried on YouTube and you can't get a decent video out of it, but I'll do Mr. Haynes. Oh, do Mr. Haynes, see what I did then. Made it funny. Right, thanks very much. See you in a bit. Right, thanks very much for watching this video on insulation and the dodgy wiring and stuff and the fuses. Hope it gives you a bit of insight into Betty 2's build. I'm actually both starting the build very soon. The build proper, I've started with insulation. So, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a comment, drop a comment down below. Tell us how you think we're doing. And do what you do. And we'll see you soon.